Hey, do you want to try your hand at overlanding? Well, this video is just for you. Let's go. Look, let's be real. You didn't get your FJ just so you can take it to go to the mall. You bought it so you can use it to go on adventures. Or because I hyped it up so much. I have 3 wipers! Speaking of adventures, I'm going to be on the road very soon. I'm going to do another cross-Canada trip to the Canadian Rockies, and I'll be filming a whole bunch of stuff there. So stay tuned. There's going to be a ton of adventure and overlanding vlogs. But rewind, back to you. Will this be your first time? Are you dying to get off the beaten path and try overlanding right now, next week, in a month? If the answer is yes, yes, yes! Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Whoever's listening to this outside is going to think I'm insane. Come with me, my friends, and follow these tips. Okay, so the first step is have the FJ Cruiser. Already have one? All right, that's all you need. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Just kidding, but the first step is to have an FJ Cruiser. The FJ Cruiser already comes loaded with a lot of features that can allow you to go pretty much anywhere. The first time I went overlanding, I did a trip of about 9,000 kilometers with the FJ in its completely stock state. No lift kit, no bumper, no winch, no control arm upgrades, no skid plates, no mods, nothing. It was stock, pure stock. Now, keep in mind I wasn't hitting anything insane. I was just hitting some hard packed dirt trails, some hard packed sand, maybe a little bit of mud, hitting inclines and declines of about 30 degrees. You know, some light off-roading stuff, but that was about it. The FJ Cruiser comes with a low-range gearbox, and if you need more traction, most of the 4x4 models come with an electronic rear locking differential as well as A-track for the front wheels. The rear locking differential is exactly as stated. It locks the rear differential, so the power delivery to both of the back wheels is even at 50-50. The A-track system controls the front wheels, and what it does is if a front wheel is in the air and spinning freely, it will apply the brakes and it will send all of the power to the wheel that's on the ground. For the instructions on how to activate these things properly, go and check your FJ Cruiser manual. So, now that you know what comes standard with most FJs, what things did I change? So the first thing is your tires. You're gonna wanna upgrade these. When I first bought the FJs, I had some all seasons and they were mediocre at best. They're only good on asphalt. For new tires, what you're gonna need is a good in-between that can handle the dirt trails, the occasional mud, and still be able to be long lasting and quiet when you're on the road. Here I have some KO2s and I've had them for about 4 years now and I've put maybe about 80,000 kilometers on them. There is still a lot of tread on these tires, and in terms of noise, they're not too loud and they've gotten me in and out of some really remote and hard to get to places. It's a solid pick for me. The next thing I would suggest is to upgrade your car's battery. Chances are you still have the battery that came straight from the factory. You want to have something reliable here to make sure that you can crank your engine every single time without fail. When you're at camp, you could be accidentally draining your battery by keeping a dome light on or charging your electronics. The best thing to do here is to upgrade your battery to something that has a higher capacity and higher cold cranking amps, so you can get your car to start in even some really harsh environments. The next thing is your storage. Now, I've talked about this a lot and I've mentioned it in one of my earlier videos, and the idea is that you want to keep everything that you have in your car organized. I cannot stress this enough. There are many ways to do it. Some people use bins. I use a combination of milk crates and this storage system that I built. There are 2 drawers on the bottom. There are these paddle latches and slides on the side to allow these things to slide in and out nicely. Okay, and you could also slam them shut. These 2 are slide tables, working surfaces basically, and top drawer here is exactly the same as the one on the bottom, just a little bit deeper. Up on the top here, you have a surface that you can put other things on top of. There's a lip here and in the back as well to prevent things from falling forward under braking. Same thing over here, there's a lip at the back. If you want to see more about this build, I do have 2 videos about it. I'll throw a link up here and you can check it out. The next point is sleeping. Now, a simple solution if you're just getting into overlanding is either to sleep in your car or bring a tent and you can pitch that outside. I also have a video of how to choose the right sleeping setup. I'll throw a link up here if you want to check it out. For myself, I do have a rooftop tent, but we'll talk about that more at the end of the video. I also want to quickly thank 4 supporters that have donated to me on my coffee website. We have Jason, Dion, Turds Out, and 1 anonymous supporter. If you also feel like you want to support me, go check out my banner. All the links are there. Thank you guys so much. I honestly can't believe it. I put those sites up and I didn't think a single person would ever look at it. If you like what I do and you like this video, hit me a like, sub, and share. This is all I do nowadays, so every little bit helps. Thank you so much. Next, we have lighting. If you've driven in the middle of nowhere before, you will understand the importance of illumination. You cannot see anything at night. It is pitch black. It's not just regular darkness, it's advanced darkness. The stock headlight bulbs that come on your FJ are simply not bright enough. So as a first step, what you'll want to do is upgrade those light bulbs to something much brighter. I went with LEDs, you can do whatever you want, just make sure they're road legal. If you're feeling extra adventurous, see what I did there? You can get a light bar, and that is gonna add approximately 1 billion lumens. But joking aside, proper illumination is very important. When it gets dark at night, it is actually very hard to see on the road in these country roads. I mean, I almost hit a moose last year.
Holy I almost hit a moose.
And I could just barely make it out. If I didn't have my upgraded lights, I definitely would not have seen it. It'll also help you better navigate the campsites when you're in the dark, so you don't have to fumble with things like your flashlight. Up next, tools. You're gonna wanna bring tools with you to help you get out of some sticky situations. So your FJ comes with a bottle jack, and that's this thing right here, and it lives in this cubby. I have it blocked off, and that's why it's out, but it lives in this cubby in the back of your FJ. So check to make sure that that is still there. At a minimum, you're also gonna want a breaker bar, a small socket set, pressure gauge and an air compressor, a flashlight, an adjustable wrench, a tire repair kit, a battery booster, a couple of shackles, and a tow strap. And with these tools, you'll be able to swap out your flat tires, maybe patch a flat tire if you need to, boost your battery and start your car in case the battery drains. And if you actually do get stuck, you can go and flag somebody down who has a capable vehicle and use the 2 shackles and the tow strap to get them to give you a pull. So for the last point, you'd probably want to stay out of places that would get you into that situation. And by those places, I mean unknown puddles that look like small lakes, very wet and slippery mud, trails that are covered in snow, and very soft and fine sand, amongst other things. I'd classify most of this as medium to heavy off-roading. If you're just getting started and you're only doing light overlanding, you're probably not gonna find yourself in these situations anyways. All the tips that I listed in this video were tips on how you can get started in trying out overlanding without having to spend big money on big items that you're not sure if you're gonna keep yet. Go out there and try it. Anyone can. There's a whole world out there for you to explore. But if you don't want to dabble in light overlanding first, I'm going to be making a video on how to set up your FJ so that you can use it to get to the most remote locations around the world. I'll be describing what my current setup is, which will include things like the rooftop tent, the awning, the winch, suspension upgrades, full recovery kits and gear, and more. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for the support, guys. I'll see you in the next one.